Hello everyone, welcome to this video on the inequalities topic in algebra topic. In this video we're going to talk about solving linear inequalities. This video is brought to you by Learning Made Easy team, a team of IIM grads in association with our e-learning partner GTCUBE Get to the Top. If you are watching this video in the YouTube channel, do check out our full-length courses available for free at gtcube.com/store, where you'll get to watch these videos along with hundreds of practice questions that would help you get these concepts better. So let's get started. So first let's understand the difference between equation and inequality, right? So we see something like, let's say 2x plus 3 equals to 6. How would I solve? I would send all the numbers to one side and keep the variables to one side so that I find that variable, right? 2x equals to 6 minus 3 plus 3 becomes minus 3. 2 into x, that's 2x, 6 minus 3 is 3, so x is 3 by 2. Pretty similar if I give you an inequality like this, 2x plus 3 is greater than 6. I have to do the same, send this side, 2x is greater than 6 minus 3, right? So 2 into x is greater than 3 and x is greater than 3 by 2. Right? As long as x is greater than 3 by 2, it will satisfy this inequality. That is, if x is 4, 3 by 2 is 1.5. So x can be 2, x can be 3, x can be 4, or maybe 2.5, 3.3. All of these values would satisfy this, right? For example, let me take example like 2.5. What is 2 into 2.5? Plus 3. 2 into 2.5 is 5 plus 3 is 8 is greater than 6. So it is correct. So the difference is this. Equation, you will get one value which would satisfy this. X is 3 by 2, x is 2.5. will not satisfy this. 2 into 2.5 is 5 plus 3 is 8 is not equals to 6. But in inequality, the answer would also be like x is greater than 1.5. Everything greater than 1.5, like 1.51, 1.6 would also satisfy this inequality. So the answer should be written as x is greater than 1.5 to infinite. Anything in this range, right? 1.5 to infinite, I'm okay with it. That will satisfy this inequality. We'll talk about these ranges in depth a bit later, like what are the different types that we write and basic things so that you can understand and mark the correct options. But thing that you need to also understand is this. So what are the different types of inequalities you see? Greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, right? These are the four types you generally see. So when I say greater than 5, that means this value should be greater than 5. Greater than or equal to 5 is greater than 5, or even if it's equal to 5, I'm okay with it, right? If this was 2x plus 3 greater than or equal to 6, right, this would have been x is greater than or equals to 3 by 2. That means x equals to 1.5 is also accepted, because if x is 1.5, this will make 2x plus 3 equals to 6, right? So that's the meaning of this. Less than, anything less than 5, for example, I'm just taking some values here. It could be 5, 10, 7, anything. Less than or equals to is again same, less than or equals to. So I should also count that value when it is equals to in that accepted range. Now, right, understand the ranges, right, how we represent them, what's the notion of them, right? The basic things you need to understand is like square brackets, circular brackets, and the flower brackets, and then union, right, etc. So these are the, and also belongs to. So we use these type of signs, etc. in representing things. So if you remember the earlier case, we solved inequality, we got x is greater than 1.5. So x, the whole number line we have is minus infinity to infinite, right? So 1.5, let's say, is coming around here. So x is greater than 1.5 is I am accepting everything in this zone. So I can't keep listing, x can be 1.51, 1.52, 1.53 and so on up to infinite, right? So for that reason, what we write, we say x belongs to, right, 1.5 to infinite. I'm saying everything in between this zone, that is 1.5 to infinite, that is fine for me. That will satisfy this inequality. If this inequality was like x is greater than or equals to 1.5, that means x can be 1.5 or greater than 1.5. I should write x belongs to square bracket 1.5 to infinite. When I say square bracket, that means this square bracket is on the left side, right? So this value is also accepted. This value is also included. Whereas in this, I am not considering 1.5. 1.5 is not valid. But anything more than 1.5, it's 1.500001, for example, is accepted. But 1.5 is not accepted if it's a circular bracket. When it comes to square bracket, 1.5 is also accepted, and you will never have a square bracket for infinite. Let's say I write an inequality like this: x should be in between 5 to 3. So 3 is less than or equals to x is less than or equals to 5. That means x belongs to square bracket 3 to 5 and again square bracket, because equals to is on both the sides, so x can be 5 or x can be 3, so I need to have square bracket, and in between as well. That's why I'm writing a range of 3 to 5, right? Let's say x is less than 3 is less than x is greater than or equals to 5. 3 is less than x is less than or equals to 5. So here x can be 5 but x can't be 3, so x belongs to 3 to 5 with a square bracket here, right? That's the difference of having a square bracket and circular bracket. Be clear with that. Everything in between 3 to 5 fine, with also 5 being accepted but not 3. Here everything between 3 to 5 with both 3 and 5 accepted. If I have expression like 3 is less than x is less than 5, then x belongs to 3 to 5. Everything between 3 to 5 is fine, accepted, but not 3 and 5. Both of them are not accepted. Right? That is a difference of a square and circular. When it comes to flower bracket, right? If x is 3, 5, like let's say I solved a quadratic equation, I got the roots as 3 and 5, then I say x can be written as 3, 5. That is basically saying only 3, only 5. Right? No other thing, nothing in between or anything outside, only 3 and 5. These are two accepted for x. Sometimes you'll get to see things like this: minus infinity to 2 union 6 to infinite. What do I mean by that? If I draw a number line, 2 comes here, 6 comes here. This is minus infinity and this infinity. X can be anywhere here, no issues with that. And x can be anywhere here, no issues with that, but not here. 2 to 6 is not accepted. So minus infinity to 2 union 6 to infinite is fine. That is meaning that x can be here and r, basically union means r here, anywhere here or here is fine for me, but not between 2 to 6. If I write this as minus infinity to 2 square bracket union 6 to infinite, that means minus infinity to 2 with 2 included and 6 to infinity with 6 included as accepted. Here I am not accepting 2 and 6 also. It should be at least less than 2 or greater than 6 to be accepted. Here I accept 2 and 6 also. Again the same thing with that. So this is epsilon belongs to, union is like r, flower bracket, circular bracket and square bracket, right? Have a clear understanding of these things so that even if you solve the inequality correct, but if you can't mark the correct option, like you get it a wrong one, right? So linear inequalities. A simple linear inequality is one variable. So 2x plus 6 is less than or equals to, let's say 9 or 8. So how would I solve it? As I said, similar to equation, like if it was just an equation, right? 2x plus 6 equals to 8. What would I do? Send all the numbers to one side and get x equals to 2x equals to 8 minus 6. 2 into x is 2, x is 2 by 2 is 1. Very similar. Instead of this, what will I have? 2x is less than or equals to 8 minus 6. 2x into 2 into x is less than or equals to 2. So x is less than or equals to 2 by 2. X is less than or equals to 1. Now I ended up with the answer being x is less than or equals to 1. That means x belongs to minus infinity to 1 with the square bracket because equals to is there. X can be 1 also, right? That is how you solve the inequality with one variable. Right? If I have inequality like let's say 5x plus 2 is greater than 8 and less than 8 and greater than or equals to minus 3. So how would I solve this? Do it like individually. This one first, minus 3 less than or equals to 5x plus 2. So send this to this side. Minus 3 minus 2 is less than or equals to 5x. So minus 5 is less than or equals to 5x. 5 gets cancelled out. Minus 1 is less than or equals to x. See, minus 1 is less than or equals to x is basically same as x is greater than or equals to minus 1, right? See, I am putting the sign towards the same x only. X is greater than or equals to minus 1 or minus 1 is less than or equals to x. Get this also clear. This is a simple thing to understand, but just look at it carefully. Right? If minus 1 is less than or equals to x, what did I do? I am just writing this in this way, right? X is greater than or equals to minus 1. That's what I am writing. Instead of saying minus 1 is less than or equals to x, I am saying x is greater than or equal to minus 1. Reading it from the right to left. Similarly, if I solve this, this will become 5x plus 2 is less than or equals to 8. So 5x is less than or equals to 8 minus 2. 5x is less than or equals to 6, so x is less than or equals to 6 by 5. So I am getting x is greater than minus 1, but x is less than 6 by 5. That is the solution for this. That means x should be between minus 1 to 6 by 5. With both endpoints accepted because I have equals to sign, right? So x can be between minus 1 to 6 by 5. Anything in between this with minus 1 and 6 by 5 will satisfy this inequality as a whole. Right? Now system of linear inequalities. That is, I don't have one but I have multiple linear inequalities for the same variable. Like let's say 2x plus 4 is greater than or equals to 6 and x minus 5 is less than or equals to, okay, minus x minus 5 is less than or equals to 3. So I need to solve them individually and get the zones, right? And then I need to pick the common zone in between, because that values of x should satisfy both, not just one of them, right? So I need to pick certain values. So let's say certain values like 1 and 3, between 1 and 3 is satisfying this inequality, and this is satisfying 2 to x is between 5. X will be between 2 to 5 and this is x is between 1 to 3 to satisfy. When will I satisfy both the equations? When x is between 2 to 3. Because x can be between 2 to 3 here, x can be between 2 to 3 here. X can be between 1.1 to 2 here, like x can be 1.5 to satisfy this, but x says 1.5 won't satisfy this because x has to be between 2 to 5. X can be 4.5 here, so that it is between 2 to 5, it satisfies this inequality, but it won't satisfy this because 4.5 is not between 1 to 3. Right, so I need to pick the common area, that is x between 2 to 3. So anything between 2 to 3 is here and as well as here. That's why the answer would be this for that. I don't know, I'm just giving you an example. Okay, let me solve these inequalities to find the actual zones. So 2x plus 4 is greater than or equals to 6. So 2x is greater than or equals to 6 minus 4 is 2. So x should be greater than or equals to 1. So what is the zone for this? X should be greater than 1. So everything here is accepted for me. Right? 1 to infinite, x belongs to 1 to infinite from the first inequality. What about the next one? Minus x minus 5 is less than or equals to 3. There are two ways to do this. One way is this, like how we normally change everything, right? So send this to this side. So minus x goes there, it becomes x positive. Minus 5, 3 comes here, plus 3 becomes minus 3. So that is basically minus 8 is less than or equals to x, or x is greater than or equals to minus 8. Other way to look at is this, multiply this entire inequality with minus 1. So minus 1 into minus x is plus x, minus 5 is plus 5, 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. You need to swap this sign. So it's less than or equals to becomes greater than or equals to. Just don't multiply with minus 1 and keep this as it is. That's the mistake that I see some of the students doing. If you are multiplying everything with minus 1, in the case of inequality, the sign should change. So this will come as x plus 5 is greater than or equals to minus 3. 5 goes this side. X is greater than minus 3 minus 5 greater than minus 8. It's the same thing, right? As I said. So what does this mean? X belongs to minus 8 to infinite. So as long as x is between minus 8 to infinite, I will satisfy this inequality. As long as x is between 1 to infinity, I will satisfy this inequality. So what should be the answer? If I look at the common areas between both of them. So this one looks like this, right? Minus infinite to infinite and minus 8 comes here, let's say. This is all accepted. And where would 1 come? 1 would come somewhere here. So 1 to infinity is accepted for the first one. Whereas for the second one, minus 8 to infinity includes 1 to infinite. So the answer is 1 to infinite. If x is between 1 to infinite, that satisfies this inequality and also this inequality. Because for second inequality, if x is minus 8 to infinite, everything is fine for it. So 1 to infinite is also part of it. So the answer is 1 to infinite. That's how you solve a system of linear inequalities. And so let's solve these questions. As we always say, pause the video and try on your own and then see the explanation that we give. So 2x minus 8 is less than or equals to minus 2 into 3x is minus 6x minus 14. Right, send this side, get it this side. 2x minus of minus 6x becomes plus 6x. So 2x plus 6x is less than or equals to minus 8 becomes 8 minus 14. So 8x is less than or equals to minus 6. So x should be less than or equals to minus 6 by 8. That is 3 by 4. So x is less than or equals to minus 3 by 4. As long as this is true, I will satisfy this inequality. What does that mean? Minus infinity and minus 3 by 4. X should be less than it. So everything here is fine for me. So that means x belongs to minus infinity to minus 3 by 4 with a square bracket because it's equals to, right? Less than or equals to. The answer is this. Solve this inequality 2 by x less than 1. So this looks like a super easy, but the way which looks super easy is going to give you a half complete answer, or basically incomplete answer. What would the normal logic say? 2 by x is less than 1. So just cross multiply 2 is less than x. So basically x is greater than 2. Anything like x greater than 2 is good for me, right? So that means the answer would look like 2 to infinite is my accepted zone, right, with a circular bracket. But that is not going to give me complete answer. I'll show you why. Let me do the way you should actually do. When you see things like this, do it like this. 2 by x, send minus 1 over there, get it less than 0. When would you do this? When you have variables, in the denominator, don't just cross multiply, rather do like this as a fraction minus fraction. So 2 by x minus 1 is 2. This is 1 by 1, right? The x is the LCM, x into 1. So 2 minus 1 into x is less than 0. Now this is the inequality that we have. Now again, don't do x into 0 and all of that. No, you should not do this. So 2 minus x by x is less than 0 means, what do I mean by less than 0? Understand this. When I say x is less than 0, what do I mean by that? X is negative. X is greater than 0 means x is positive. So when would I get this fraction to be negative? Negative by positive is going to give me negative, or positive by negative is going to give me negative, which will be less than 0, right? That means 2 minus x is negative and x is positive, or 2 minus x is positive and x is negative, right? Both the cases are good enough to satisfy this inequality. So what do I mean by 2 minus x is negative? That is less than 0. So that is 2 is less than x. So x is greater than 0. And x is positive means x is greater than 0. So I need to satisfy both these inequalities, like the system of inequalities. What is that common area? X is greater than 0, x is greater than 2. Basically x belongs to 2 to infinity, right? So 2 to infinite, x greater than 2 will satisfy this and also this. 2 to infinity will anyway be x greater than 0, right? So this part we got, right? As I said, that's why it's only half. Let me look at the other half. 2 minus x is positive means 2 minus x is greater than 0. So 2, it goes like this, x goes this side. So basically x is less than 2 and x is negative means x should be less than 0. So this part says x is less than 2 and this part says x is less than 0. So what is the common area? X is less than 0, right? X is less than 0 will automatically satisfy x is less than 2, right? So that means the common area is x is less than 0. So this set is true when x is minus infinity to 0. For all the negative values of x, I will get 2 minus x positive and x negative. And that will satisfy this and that will satisfy this. See, I'll show you. If x is minus 1, right? What do I get? 2 by x is 2 by minus 1. That is minus 2. That is less than 1. Right? For all the negative values of x, 2 by x is less than 1. Which is not coming out here if you see, right? I am saying only x should be greater than 2. I am only looking at the positive values anyway here. I am missing out this other entire half of the answer. The actual answer is minus infinity to 0 or 2 to infinite. X can be anywhere from minus infinity to 0 and 2 to infinite. But when I only do in this way, I'll only get this as the answer and I miss this completely. So for that reason, I'm saying do in this way. When you have a fraction is less than 0 or greater than 0, see, if it is greater than 0, this is positive. When will I have positive? Positive by positive or negative by negative. When it is less than 0, that is negative. That will happen when it's negative by positive or positive by negative. See the cases and according to that find the inequalities. You will get these areas and you will do it. This is a bit tricky and a difficult question. But generally in inequalities, the easier approach is this, using the options. Right? If I say this is one of the option, don't eliminate it directly. Rather pick one value from minus infinity to 0. Let me take minus 1. If I use minus 1 and that is being satisfied here, so this option could be true. Check for some options like that and eliminate the options which are not satisfying the inequality by taking some values for substitution. And that would also give you answer in a faster manner. Solve the following system of inequalities. So I have three inequalities. So let me solve the first one. 4x minus 2 is less than 6x plus 2. So let me send this side and this side. 4x becomes minus 4x. So 6x minus 4x is 2x. Minus 2 and minus 2 is minus 4. So x is greater than 2x is greater than minus 4. X is greater than minus 2. So this is basically minus 2 to infinite. This is my first inequality. What about second? 2x minus 5 is greater than minus 3x plus 10. Minus 3x becomes plus 3x. Minus 5 becomes plus 5. 5x is greater than or equals to 15. X is greater than or equals to 3. So x belongs to 3 to infinite with a square bracket. 3 is also accepted. The last one is x minus 4 is greater than minus 2. This goes this side. X is greater than 4 minus 2. So x is greater than 2. So that means x belongs to 2 to infinite. So if I see it as a number line, the first inequality is satisfied as long as x is between minus 2 to infinite, right? What about the second inequality? Let me use a different color. It's 3. 3 is also accepted. 3 to infinite is accepted. What about the, one second. Yeah. What about this one? 2 to infinite with not including 2, but okay, that will be this zone, right? So what is the common area? This one, right? See this, I see red, green and blue. If it is coming out difficult for you to visualize, at least understand from this. So the purple is this zone from minus 2 to infinite. The red is from 3 to infinite. And green is from 2 to infinite. What is the common area which has all three colors? This color, right? 3 to infinite. So the answer is 3 to infinite, which would satisfy all three inequalities, right? So that's how you should solve the system of inequalities when you're trying to pick a common area between multiple ranges. So thank you for watching this video. If you're watching this video in the YouTube channel, make sure that you check out our full-length courses available for free at gtcube.com/store, where you'll get to watch these videos as part of the course and also get to practice a lot of questions after these videos. Also do like our partners Facebook page, facebook.com/gtcube3. We're coming up with a lot of content and all the updates will be shared over there by them. So you'll get notified if you follow the page. So do like that page. So thank you for watching this video and let's meet in the next video.